Here with us, Coach. Why don't you just go ahead and start off travel day yesterday? The group made it to Kansas City. How's everyone feeling as we look ahead to Saturday's or tomorrow's match?
Well, hopefully well rested and ready for the match. We had a good week of practice, and after a good win at home, we're excited to just get back on the field and have a good performance against the league's top team right now.
All right, we'll go to questions. We'll start off with John. Go ahead, John. John, can you hear us? John? All right. Well, Sarah, do you have any questions?
Hi. Oh, that I could hear my own echo. Hi, Coach. Good to see you again. I know you can't see me, but hopefully you recognize my face, and we'll be on a first name basis soon. Thanks for joining us today. Curious. I know I asked you about this in the post game after the home opener, but I think there's been more and more growing curiosity around the captain's armband that continues to make its way around the team. Wondering if I'm obviously not going to ask specifics about who gets the captain's armband this week, but wondering if there's just any updates on maybe just that process and how it's been for you, and if you see it kind of traveling around for a little bit longer, or if you feel like the club needs to land on a captain sooner rather than later.
So we feel like this is going to be probably the last game that will rotate the captaincy. We were waiting for our internationals to get back and have the team really spend a couple of weeks together with everyone and just get a good sense of who's going to be that captain for us. I think we have right now. Obviously, quite a few candidates, but this will be after tonight's game. We're anticipating on naming the captain. I mean, not tonight's game, sorry, tomorrow night's game. After that, I think we should know who our captain will be.
Katie, if it's just me and John, I can keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Go for it.
Okay, wonderful. Curious, obviously, also a lot of the chatter has been coming off of that big win versus Seattle. Finally, 3 blown leads, and finally the team is able to come back and get that big home win. Obviously, this is really just the 5th game, but I'm curious what kind of momentum you feel like that takes, especially then going away from home, going into Kansas City, a home stadium that we've seen packed across across the season so far. What kind of momentum do you feel like that has given the team and belief going into today?
Well, I think definitely a lot of belief just because we know we're going to go forward. We're going to create chances and we're going to take risks. And sometimes, we might leave ourselves vulnerable in the back. But just getting through that game and knowing that we can, hold on to the lead, even though it was scary there at the end, but we found a way. But we continue showing ways of going forward, scoring goals. And we're going to continue to do the same. Obviously, we've continued working on our defensive side of the game. I think we'll be even a little bit stronger on that side. But I've said it since day one. I want to entertain the fans. We want to go forward. We're going to create as many chances as we can. But now we're starting to add a little bit more discipline, and I think we should start seeing that in these next few games. And hopefully it comes together here real soon, where we're having a good performance in the attack, but at the same time, we're tight in the back and making it very difficult for teams to score. But I think the team right now is in a good spot and really high confidence going into this game.
Wonderful. Thanks. I've got one more. You mentioned defense, and I wanted to ask you because Kansas City actually, as I'm sure you know, has actually yet to be shut out so far this year. But BFC been very tight in the back. What's generally speaking, of course, not specifically speaking tactic wise, but how do you mentally, I guess, you can speak tactically as well, but I'll just ask you mentally, how do you mentally go into a game? Is the goal to, play shutdown defense, or are you going to this game saying, hey, let's mitigate the chances and then see what we can get on the offense?
Actually, I'm going into the game. Let's go toe to toe and see who scores some more goals.
All right. It's it's gonna be a big one again in Kansas City, I guess then.
Yeah. I mean, I think our games have been exciting, so why not keep going, keep the trend going?
All right. Perfect. Thanks, Sarah. John, do you have a question for Coach?
Sure, I have a couple. First of all,
Yeah.
it's nice to speak with you for the first time. Um, I'm just curious, as you mentioned, you want to go toe to toe with them. When you look at the film of them, what is it that they do so well that they're able to, create all these chances and score all of these goals? Because against Gotham last week, I thought the Gotham did a very good job of limiting their chances at times. I mean, they scored the one goal, but it seemed like defensively the Gotham were just like right up on them. Positionally, they were in a good defensive shape. So what have you seen from the current that they're able to create all of these opportunities?
Well, the current right now is the most direct team in the league, and they look to play in behind constantly. Obviously, they have some of the incredible speed up top, and that's always gonna create problems for the opposition. So we need to make sure that we limit their spacing behind the defense, but while at the same time applying good pressure. As you mentioned, the Gotham game, I thought Kansas City actually was the much better team in the first half, and then in the second half, Gotham made some really good adjustments, made some changes to their squad, and it changed the game around. But like Kansas City has made it very clear they're not necessarily an incredible possession team. They don't need to be because they're scoring so many goals and they're so direct. So that's just something we have to be aware of, and how we shut that down. But at the same time, I think they're going to respect a little bit of our front line as well, because we're dangerous with 7 goals so far in this season, and coming from all different quite a few different players, we can be dangerous ourselves. So it's going to be just an interesting matchup, and see who defends the space in behind the defense better than the other, and who puts their chances away.
The game against Seattle, obviously the first home win in club history. How do you transfer that energy and that excitement into a match like this, while also, as you just mentioned, having that trying to continue to instill that growing discipline where you balance, going toe to toe and taking chances, but also being, defensively sound and just being disciplined and doing what you need to do to sort of continue to improve defensively?
So what we can constantly and continue to talk about, and what we're trying to do is we're just trying to get a little bit better every single game, and I think we've seen that from game to game. We're just adding layers to the attack, adding a little bit more discipline in the back line. So as excited as we were against Seattle, it was just all about, hey, we got that much better from Houston to Seattle. I thought we were better from Washington to Houston. So we just incrementally continue adding just a little bit of discipline, as I said, and certain different ideas that are working well for us. And so we don't get too high on the highs, but the group feels confident, and they see the progress, and that's the most important part of all of this for them. As long as they can feel it and see that we continue to get better in the areas that we've addressed, right? We can only hold them accountable for what we've touched on, and every week we just add a little bit more to it, and they're taking it on really well, and hopefully they can apply another layer, to our overall plan, just to becoming the top team in the NWSL.
One final question for me. I know Savvy's just coming up after you're finished here, but just being a high draft pick, being the first draft pick in club history, what have you seen from her, say, from the start of the season to now, where you feel she's gotten better? How would you assess her performances? Where do you feel she needs to grow?
So what's remarkable is, she's only 19 years old, and she's playing against some of the best players in the world. And our job as a staff and as an organization is to make sure we manage her minutes. This is why you didn't see her play as much last time she was away with the national team, and had played pretty much all the minutes before that with us. And the she's just incredibly talented in how she defends the 1v1 situations. She can get forward. She's two-footed player. She can play with her left foot, right foot, and she just has a little bit of everything. And then it's just now a matter of just experiencing, seeing different situations that are presented to her on the field, because when you're playing against the best in the world in different types of attackers, she's being challenged in different ways. And that's really what's going to help her grow. It's not so much that she needs to work on certain things. It's just that she needs to be exposed to different forwards and different offenses, and then her just now mentally being able to recognize what her responsibilities are, and immediately, just not to hesitate, because as I continue to say, she's she's got it all. She's got the athleticism, she's got the soccer IQ, she has the desire, she's just an incredible teammate. And now it's just where it becomes instinct and not necessarily thinking too much about what she chooses to do. That's where that next step, that's when you'll see a lot of growth in her, when it's just instinctual.
Great. Good luck tomorrow, coach.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
John. Thanks, Albertine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
We'll
you.
have Savvy slide in here. Don't go too far. I need your Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't see you.
Yeah.
How are you? Good morning.
Good, good morning.
Good.
Have a seat next to me right here. Got Savvy right here. Sarah, I can, if you want to go ahead and start off with questions, you can go for it.
All right. Hey, nice to meet you. I don't think we've met in person. I know you can't see my face, but thanks for being here. Thanks
Yeah,
for
of
joining
course.
us.
Thanks for having me.
So really just generally speaking, curious how you're feeling going into this away game. Obviously, you know, traveling, then coming home and then having to go back out on the road. How has the prep been different for you? How are you feeling mentally, and how do you try to stay focused and try to keep everything as, you know, as the same as possible when you're out on the road?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of used to the traveling portion of it. So like being ready mentally and physically has been something that I've been used to. So it's kind of just the same routine, just making sure get on the right time zone. I know it's been a lot of traveling, but yeah, I feel ready. I'm excited for this game. It's been definitely a game that we've been looking forward to, but just taking it week by week. But yeah, it's an exciting game for sure, and I can't wait to play in front of all the Kansas City fans and their new stadium.
Keep going, Sarah. You got whatever other questions yet. Fire them away.
All right. Just going for it. I guess I spoke to, or we both really just asked head coach Albertin Montoya about Kansas City and the fact that they haven't been really shut out at all this year. Curious for you as a defender, what that's like going into a game against a team that has scored on every opponent.
I mean, it's a great challenge as a defender. I'm playing against an offense that's as strong as Kansas City, and you know, a lot of respect to them of what they've been able to do this season. They've had an incredible season so far, but I think that we've been preparing for their offense, and I think we're ready for what they have to offer. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a battle for sure, and I'm excited for that. And it's always a great like test to play against such amazing forwards like that what they have. But I think we're ready defensively, and I'm excited to be able to play against such a strong offense.
How's it been gelling with the back line? I mean, there hasn't been too much rotation. There's obviously been some rotation, but it's not like there's been like 10 players rotated through. It's been, you know, a kind of a core of like 6 of you. So how's it been gelling with, you know, Emily, with, you know, Kayla Sharples, with everybody? How has that felt for you? Because obviously it's enough to just come in as a rookie, but then into a brand new back line. Has it been helpful that everybody's kind of new and you're not just trying to fit into a back line that already knows each other?
Yeah, I think that helps a lot. I think that also the experience that both of our center backs have, as well as Caprice, has really helped a lot in like making sure that we're all on the same page. It's been a lot of work with all the back line, especially with our chemistry together. But I think game by game, it's getting a lot better, and we're gelling a lot more, and the chemistry is getting even better. So I think that that's going to continue to improve. But I mean, yeah, it's been great. I think it definitely helps that we're all kind of newer to this team and this structure and the type of playing style that we're playing. So we're all kind of learning together, but it's really great to be surrounded by people that have such experience, especially coming in and being able to learn from them, and as well as the coaches of what is expected of us. So I'm just excited to see how that kind of goes into this game, especially because we'll be tested a lot with their offense.
Awesome. Thank you. That's all I've got, Katie.
All right, John, you have some questions for Savvy?
Sure. I was just curious, having come from North Carolina, playing college soccer, they always say when you transfer from college to the pros, the game moves faster. Did you notice that there was a speed adjustment just in the way things are done? And if there was, how did you, get yourself used to that adjustment, transitioning from college to the pros in that regard?
I think that yeah, there has been a difference in the speed of play, but I think coming from North Carolina, which is like the caliber of play that we had there and day in and day out at practice and in games kind of definitely helped prepare me for that. So I wouldn't say the transition was too difficult, especially with like all of the support that I've had with the coaching staff and all the players. I don't think that it was too huge of a difference, but it's definitely been a little bit of an adjustment with like the speed of play and the caliber of forwards that I'm playing against for sure. But I think just staying true to who I am as a defender and as a player, and that has helped a lot, and also having the support from everyone around me.
I was also wondering if there was any player on the team that maybe you've sought advice from, maybe a veteran has told you this is what you can expect. Has there been one specific player that's maybe taken you under their wing and just helped you a lot and given you some advice what to expect?
Yeah, I feel like Caprice has definitely been the one that I've gone to for a lot of yeah, ish like not like stuff like that, I would say, especially because like I've known of her for a really long time, as I went to a lot of the UCLA games when I was really young. So being able to like learn from her, especially because we play the same position just on opposite sides, has been really helpful and nice to kind of like have someone that I can look up to and ask any questions to if I need it, and she's always there. So it's been really nice to have her.
What's it been like to play for Albertin?
I love it. He has a similar style to my coach in college, Damon. So it's been really great to play for him. He's a great coach, and you can tell he's so passionate and loves the game and loves the players. And so it's been amazing transition. Just having him as a coach has helped a lot, and I'm so excited to continue through the season and for the next couple of years with him and learn a lot from him, because it's been great so far.
One final question. I was just curious. You guys played a lot of exciting games. There've been a lot of goals scored. As a
Mhm.
defender, on the one hand, you must love the open style of play, but on the other hand, Albertin was talking about trying to instill more defensive discipline, so when you guys like score two or three, they only get maybe none or one. Where do you think that your own game is? Where do you think the team is defensively? Have you noticed the difference in discipline that he was talking about defensively, say from the start of the season until now?
Yeah, I think that game by game we're getting better, and I think that obviously you don't ever want to give up a goal, but goals happen. But I think that we're learning from previous games of what has happened and led to the goals, and I think that we've been addressing that and working on those improvements. But I definitely, yeah, just keeping the same defensive discipline for the 90 minutes. I think that towards the ends of the games, it's gotten a little bit crazy and hectic, but I think that just maintaining that same like discipline throughout the game is what we've kind of been working on. So hopefully within like next game that'll translate there.
You're a very impressive young woman. Keep it up. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate your time. Thank you, Savvy. Have a good